Hi CCC family, it's Dawn Marie with Custom Comfy Crochet, and today we're going to learn how to do this beautiful fall granny square. Obviously you can see it's done in fall colors. It is a sequence of 3 colors that change as they go, and then there's a border around it that matches the flower. These fit together to make kind of like a puzzle to make a bigger granny square. So let's get into the materials that you're going to need today. You're going to need a 5.5 millimeter hook, a pair of scissors, and a darning needle, or you might call it a crochet needle. In the description box below, I will leave all the yarns that I used and all the materials that I used. Now let's go ahead and get started, and we're going to start off with our green. We're going to make a slip knot, and we're going to chain 4. Then we're going to go into the first chain from the hook, and we're going to put a double crochet. Technically now we have 2 double crochets, because when we did that chain of 4, that counted as 1 as well. Then you're going to yarn over and do another double crochet. Then you're going to chain 2. Then you're going to put 3 more double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. Chain 2, and then put 3 more double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. Now we have 3 groupings of 3 double crochets, so we need 1 more, so chain 2 and do 3 more double crochets. Yarn over, go through your loop, pull up, go through 2, go through 2. And there's our last grouping of 3 double crochets. Pull your string tight. Chain 2. And then you're going to slip stitch to the top of that first chain of 3 that we did. And now we have our little square. You can pull tight now on the middle to close the hole. Chain 3 and turn your work. Usually when we make granny squares, we don't turn our work, but for this one, it's imperative that you turn your work for every row. And in this space right here, we're going to put 2 more double crochets. Then we have 3, so we're going to chain 2 and put 3 more double crochets. Then you're going to skip the grouping of 3, and you're going to go right into your next corner, and you're going to put 3 double crochets. Then you're going to chain 2 and put 3 more double crochets. Now we're going to be skipping over again this group of 3s and going into the corner. So we're going to put 3 double crochets, chain 2, and 3 more double crochets. And again, we're going into our next corner, skipping this group of threes and doing this again. This will be our last corner. 3 double crochets, chain 2, and 3 more double crochets. After you do these last 3 double crochets, you need to chain 2 and then slip stitch into the top of your first chain of 3. I forgot to chain 2, but please don't forget. So you slip stitch to that first chain of 3, and now you're going to cut off your work and tie in your yarn because we are going to change colors. So chain 1 and then pull through and tie off. Now you need to pull tight on your middle piece of yarn, turn your work over, and now we're going to add our next color, which is red. You're going to pull in your yarn over on this corner that I show you. You're only going to be working on this one side, this L up here at the top, and the other L on the bottom will be left open. So please go into the corner that you see me going into on the camera. So bringing in the red yarn, you're going to chain 3. Then you're going to put 2 more double crochets into that same spot. So you will have a total of 3 double crochets. Then you will skip the 3 double crochets below and go into your next space and put 3 double crochets. Now, after we finish these 3 double crochets, we're going to be working into the corner. In the corner, you need to put 3 double crochets, chain 2, and 3 more double crochets. Now you will go into your next space and you will put 3 double crochets. Now you will be working into this corner and you will put 3 double crochets, and you will only do 3 double crochets because we are going to turn our work now and leave this bottom space of the beginning of our little green granny square open. So as you can see, this L down here will stay open. So we will now chain 3, turn our work, and we will start working in the spaces available this way. So now into this first available space, we're going to put 3 double crochets. Then into the next available space, between the groupings of 3, we're going to put 3 double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. Now we're in this corner, so we're going to put 3 double crochets, chain 2, and 3 more double crochets. Then we're going to skip our next grouping of 3, go into that space and do 3 double crochets. And again, go into your next space and put 3 double crochets. And into this last chain of 3, you're going to put a double crochet. So right there on the very top of that chain of 3, you're going to put 1 double crochet. Now we are done with the red, so we're going to cut off our yarn, leaving enough room to work it in later. Then we're going to chain 1 and pull through. Now it's time to add our other color. So we're going to bring in our orange. Please bring in the orange exactly where I'm bringing in mine so that it won't become confusing. So right here in this corner, pull in your orange, chain 3, and do 2 more double crochets because that first chain of 3 counted as your first one. Then skip your grouping of 3, go to your next space, and do 3 more double crochets. And again, go into your next space and put 3 double crochets. Now you're in your corner. So you're going to work 3 double crochets. You're going to chain 2 and do 3 more double crochets. Then you're going to skip and go into your next space and do 3 double crochets. When I say skip, I mean you're skipping that group of 3 double crochets below. And again, going into your next space and putting 3 double crochets. Then here at the very end, at the very top of that chain of 3, you're going to put 1 double crochet. And this is what it looks like. Now you're going to chain 3, turn your work, and in this first available space, you're going to put 2 more double crochets. Then you're going to skip this grouping of 3, go into your next space, and put 3 double crochets. And again, go into your next space and put 3 double crochets. Now you're working into your corner. You're going to put 3 double crochets, chain 2, and do 3 more double crochets. One, 2, and 3. In the next available space, you're going to put 3 double crochets. And again, 3 double crochets. And again, 3 double crochets. You're going to end with 1 double crochet in the top of this chain of 3. Then you're going to cut off your yarn, do a chain 1 and pull your yarn through. And now we're finished making our granny square. Now it's time to add our accent color on the edges. At this time, it would be good to work in all your ends, but for the sake of the video, I'm not. I'm going to pull in this gold color and I'm going to show you how to do the edging along the side of the granny square. So we're going to pull in our work right here, our yarn, and we're going to chain 1. Then we're going to go into that same space and do 1/2 double crochet. And we're going to do 1/2 double crochet all the way around, but only around the orange color. We're not going to go all the way around the granny square. So I'm just going around and doing 1/2 double crochet, but again, not all the way around. And when we get to the corner, I'm going to show you exactly what you need to do to keep this square. So when you get to your corner, you're going to put 2 half double crochets. You're going to chain 2 and then do 2 more half double crochets. Then you're going to continue working down your orange color, doing your half double crochets. It's very important that when you get to the end, you don't forget this chain of 3 and put your last half double crochet on the top of that. Now, we are finished with our edging. You can cut off your work and tie in your yarn. So cut your yarn, do a chain 1, and pull it through. And now we're going to move on to our flower. This flower is sewn on right above the green middle portion, and it is a puff flower. You're going to start with the same hook, and you're going to do a slip knot, and you're going to chain 4. One, 2, 3, and 4. Then you're going to slip stitch to your first chain, making your circle. Use your thumb to hold it together. Chain 1, and then into the middle of the circle, you're going to put 6 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Our chain 1 from the beginning does not count as a stitch. So pull your yarn tight, and then you're going to count back 6 to make sure you know exactly where to put your hook. And in this first available stitch here, you're going to slip stitch to close. Then you're going to chain 2. Then you're going to go back into the same spot. You're going to yarn over and pull up your yarn. You're going to do that 5 times in total. So we have 5. Now you're going to pull through all those loops, do a chain 1, and then chain 2. Then you're going to go into your next available stitch, and you're going to put a slip stitch. Then you're going to chain 2, and you're going to yarn over and go through 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Then you're going to go through all of those loops on your hook, chain 1, and then chain 2. Go into your next space, do a slip stitch, chain 2, yarn over and go through 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Go through all loops on your hook, chain 1 to close, and then chain 2 again. Go into your next available stitch, do a slip stitch, chain 2, and again, yarn over 5 times going through your space, or your stitch rather. Go through all loops on your hook, chain 1, then chain 2, go into your next available space, do a slip stitch, chain 2, yarn over and go through 5 times. And you're going to want 6 of these petals in total. Go through all loops on your hook, chain 1 to close, then chain 2, go into your next space, do a slip stitch, this is our last petal, chain 2, yarn over and go through 5 times. Pull through all of your loops, chain 1 to close, and then again you will chain 2. Then you will go into this next available space under your first puff stitch, do a slip stitch, and now you are done. Cut off your yarn, do a chain 1 and pull through and pull tight. Then you can pull the back tight as well to close the hole. I actually like to use the back side of this flower. I think it looks puffier. So I won't use the front side. I will actually put the front side down and the back side up. You will use the 2 pieces that you have left over on your flower to work on to the piece. And then you are finished. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Please look in the description box for everything that you need. Please subscribe, like, and share. Happy crocheting. Bye-bye.